Welcome back. We are trying to decipher the biggest question a lot of people have been skipping. People who mostly wear blue. Or you might not be a Chelsea fan, but probably maybe you can join that family and join this debate. This debate as well. It's interesting to know, are Chelsea title contenders?
Not many people would have put them there before the start of the season, given the kind of season they had last season. Had to change a coach. After changing the coach, they didn't have so great a good
number of coaches, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. And we're still navigating around the 44 or 54, 64 players, whatever number they have.
The gym stuff.
Exactly, and all of that. So, give credit to Enzo Maresca and what he's been able to do with Chelsea's team. He showed that he really is the man in charge. He showed that he owns.
Maybe if you want credit to Mauricio Pochettino.
Yes, there is that bit where they said that the bit of the stability that we are seeing now started from him. But he came in, he's changed the structure, the way they play and all of that. So more credit to Enzo Maresca for what he's doing and all of that. But
are they title contenders?
It is there. You are just 2 points off the top. Liverpool have a game in hand. But a game in hand doesn't mean 3 points for Liverpool.
True.
Exactly. Should the game end on Sunday, 4 p.m. and Chelsea beat Everton away from home, Chelsea will be on top of the league, pending the Liverpool versus Spurs game. You can't tell us you are not in a title race. Being a title race is there. It's 2 points off. What else do you want us to see? You are playing well, you are informed, you are winning. What the arguments the coach and other people make, what is fair and valid, is that they are not ready. They are not ready in the sense that they still have, and he gives explanation as to trying to pick games that they've played where he feels that a team in a title race, no, they win, but a team in a title race does it comfortably and all of that. That's the argument they are making.
At the end of the day,
by the end of the day, it's the 3 points, and you are consistent and you are winning games and exactly where they are. So they can't take themselves out of the fact that they are in a race at the moment. But what is going to put a test on them is what every team at the top will be going through this December. You are going to play back to back. Now, playing back to back games really puts a test on the squad, puts a test on their mentality, puts a test on where they think they would find themselves at the end of the day. If they are able to successfully navigate this, then they are not just in a title race, they are firmly in a title race. Exactly. So that is what.
So you feel they are title contenders, isn't it? Interested. Are they?
Yeah, they are.
So can you think they are not?
Yeah, for a second, I had to pause a little bit because if you are grading yourself to be the best, if you want to grade yourself to be the best, you definitely measure yourself how you come up against the best.
True.
And so far this season, they haven't, come out successfully against the best. They lost to Man City, the league opener. They drew with, I believe, Arsenal. Liverpool.
Yeah. No, Liverpool beat them.
Liverpool beat them, yes. Liverpool beat them, and they drew with Arsenal.
Yeah.
They beat Spurs. But, Spurs, if you beat Spurs, I don't think you consider that as really a test to determine whether you're a title contender or not. And so, if you're not beating the top teams, then you should see yourself as, let's say, a top 5, top 6 contender.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because those points that you will drop,
they are important.
Are likely to come back to haunt you.
Yeah.
So, realistically, I wouldn't say they are title contenders. That is when you match it up against the expectations coming into the season and all that they had to deal with. But at the end of the day, things happen, and that's why AC Milan, for instance, the year they won the league with Stefano Pioli, they were not title contenders. They were not supposed to win the league, but it just so happened that season Juventus flopped, Inter Milan also had their issues, and they were there and they took advantage. And that's why I always go back to this issue that, yes, for instance, the 2022 World Cup, Ghana weren't expected to qualify beyond the group stage. But it so happened that the circumstances presented itself to Ghana that we should qualify to the next round. But some way, somehow, we fumbled it. And so, Chelsea, ideally, they are not title contenders. Based on expectations, based on the fact that all they had to do was the way they started the season, new coach coming in after Pochettino did quite a good job, brought in some players too, had this issue about dealing with the number of minutes you play, the competitions you play, Ben Chilwell and all that. Ideally, they shouldn't be contenders, but Man City, some uncharacteristically, are flopping. Arsenal are dropping points. Aston Villa also failing to meet expectations. Even Liverpool weren't supposed to be this good. And so, if you find yourself in this position, then you are a title contender. And what we see right now is what we'll use to define you.
If you chance on the argument of them being title contenders, do you feel that the squad depth has played a key role?
Exactly, and that's another point. The squad depth, like, how many teams do you have that can match a different set of players to compete in a tournament and have a different set compete in another tournament within the same team in the space of a week?
It's crazy.
You don't have too many teams that can do that. Even Man City can't do that at this point in time.
True.
But Chelsea can, where they have pretty much an entirely new set that plays in the Conference League and a different set that plays in the English Premier League. And once you add all that to this situation that they find themselves in terms of squad depth, they are better than pretty much every contender. And so, how can you not be a title contender when you have all these things going for you? So, they are title contenders. They might try to beat it down and not get too much ahead of themselves. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. And what it is right now is that they are second in the league, 2 points behind Liverpool, and they have advantages Liverpool don't even have in terms of their squad depth. And the fact that their manager is even a little bit more accustomed to the English style of play than the Liverpool manager. So, they are title contenders.
Well, Kwame, finally, would this, put a bit of selecting who we can tell at the end of the season is the best manager very difficult in 45 seconds? What Enzo Maresca is doing, with what Arne Slot is doing, with what Ange Postecoglou is doing, maybe Amorim.
What happens is, at the end of the season, we'll see who did well, who was able to get the best out of the team. I mean, given the circumstances and everything, to be able to determine who becomes a candidate for coach of the season and all of that. I mean, what Maresca is doing, if they're able to continue that, and even not win the league but place in top 4, given that they were outside of the top 4 and they come in, it becomes very good for them. So it will all depend the circumstance and where you're able to finish at the end of the season.
Interesting reactions and revelations in there. In 30 seconds before we finally go, Chelsea, for example, and Enzo Maresca, you feel this will be a dent on Mikel Arteta? Should Enzo win the league with Chelsea?
Well, I don't think it will be a dent on Mikel Arteta's CV. But it will definitely bring about major debate as to whether he is the guy who can take Arsenal from that very good level to that elite level to be able to win the championship. And it might just about put a lot of pressure on the owners to look for maybe another manager, because this guy, despite he bringing us this far, simply cannot get the job done. So it happens.